Ladies and gentlemen, the final of Dolphin Super Warcraft Super League was an Undead mirror, and let me tell you, some people said that if Fortitude would be able to beat Happy, maybe the real final, it should be Labyrinth, because yes, that was the guy that won the Dolphin Super League, but group stage, that maybe should be Labyrinth versus Fortitude. They met in the group stage, and let me tell you, Labyrinth was just better. And let me tell you one thing, he won with like Dreadlord on this very map. This map number 1 of this show match. I don't know if it's going on YouTube or not, but I'm very curious to see one thing. Is Labyrinth going to follow Happy steps? So Happy showed us that on some maps it's worth it to unsummon your shop, your Tomb of Relics, in order to plant extremely quick expansion. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm checking the altar, and I know one thing. Mr. Labyrinth is not going to play like Happy. He's going to play differently. It's not going to be Crypt Lord. And when you play Lich first, I guess you don't sell your shop because you can't do Impels around anyway. What you can do, of course, you can Nova the Archmage, but Archmage is pretty, ladies and gentlemen, pretty hard to kill. He's fast and furious, and if you are not surrounding him, it's very hard to catch him. So, ladies and gentlemen, what is happening? As you can see, Mr. Labyrinth is playing very greedy. He's not even scouting just yet. He's not trying to steal Forest Troll Shadow Priest from the mercenary camp. What he's trying to do, ladies and gentlemen, he's trying to expand very quickly, probably without unsummoning the shop, right? Because when you have Lich, you need to spam the Ritual Dagger in order to spam Dark Ritual to get your mana back by killing skeletons straight up expo by the Undead. What Human is doing? Human is doing a very standard thing, so creeping the mercenary camp first is instant level 2. You get your beautiful merc that has mana, and when you get level 2 you have access to Brilliance Aura as well. And ladies and gentlemen, super giga clean creeping by Fortitude, but his item is not good. Archmage doesn't care about Pendant of Energy. You have permanent free water elementals usually, and there is no like Moonwell, so you can like drop your pendant before using the Moonwell. So ladies and gentlemen, this is not the great item. Now, what is the most interesting for me is, what is Labyrinth going to do? As you can see, his expansion is going up, and he wants to protect his expansion and creep the merc up at the same time. Remember that even taking a little bit of damage from like this harassing slash scouting footman is actually meaningful, because yes, if Archmage gets near into your expo, bad things may happen. And look at this footman, he's still scouting, he's forcing Labyrinth back. He can't really creep super well because of that. The kobolds are escaping, and look at this, Fortitude is getting level 3 as we speak. Lich will be just on level 2, and ladies and gentlemen, one thing is certain, there will be no impulse around. Look at this Archmage, sell the pendant. Oh yes, Circlet is here. Staff of Teleportation is not important, because you are not afraid to get surrounded. Look at this slow creeping. Archmage is zooming, ladies and gentlemen. Zoom. This expansion is dead. I know it says 30 seconds, but it's going to be another water elemental summoned, and his piercing damage is grande. Selling the altar to get your expansion cancelled even without the fight. This is game number 1, but let me tell you, Mr. Labyrinth, maybe it was a good idea to actually fight for this expansion, because man, Mamma mia, grande madonna. It was just cancelled immediately, and he may say Saul, maybe he wanted Fortitude to take the bait, maybe he wanted Fortitude to cross the map. Now he's operating with Lich level 3 himself. He's going to remake the expo. Where is the Acolyte, by the way? I don't know how, but Acolyte was killed, ladies and gentlemen, so it's impossible to remake Expo immediately, even though the Undead player has 410 lumber. I really don't like the macro here. This macro is not looking good. To my surprise, Fortitude decides to slow down his expansion. Okay, so he pulled back. As you can see, LabyRinth is like playing very passive again. He has two Forest Troll Shadow Priests, but you know, they can't dispel all of the water elementals immediately. Lich is getting more and more mana. LabyRinth is ghoul with his ghouls control. He's sending back red HP ghouls. But ladies and gentlemen, economic situation of the undead is not looking too sweet, while economic situation of the human is looking great. He's thinking about taking soon. Arcane Tower is on the way. As you can see, Fortitude is keeping back his footies because he's afraid of some ghoul run by. But there is no ghoul run by here. And okay, Archmage is out of position, being body blocked. That's a nice win by LabyRinth. Sloppy Fortitude. Of course, he has his personalized healer, ladies and gentlemen, but is it enough? Another Nova can land, and let me tell you, every hit matters here. What is inside? A Sentry Ward, that's actually decent, even though they're scouting all the time. Yes, the Sentry Ward is here, pretty obvious. Let's see if Fortitude is going to buy Dust of Apurius to counter it. Probably not, and the Undead is working on forcing the TP, but he was unsuccessful with this. Even though Lich has boots, remember that he's fragile as well. Two intelligence heroes are fighting versus each other, but ladies and gentlemen, out of the sudden, the Nova has landed. And Undead is proving that, man, you make a small mistake, you get your Archmage low HP, and you need to behave like a Night Elf, meaning you heal your hero by rebuying him from the tavern. There was a TP on this Archmage. He's taking revenge, he got the Forest Troll Berserker, but man, wasn't too sweet. How much time before the items? 20 seconds. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. You know that Fortitude loves his healing scrolls. And versus Lich, maybe he needs to learn to love invul potions as well. Staff of Teleportation on the Lich if the situation gets dangerous. Fortitude is taking more and more revenge. But man, this Lich was grande. And Lich is going to cast Nova on peasants. He needs to be careful. He can't get near the Arcane Tower or the entire Nova casting idea is over. The poor Muddy the Rock Golem, the Mud Golem, ladies and gentlemen, cancelled, killed, sadly. But what happened to the Arcane Tower? Some bad things happened there. And Fortitude is like, Mamma Mia. You are slowing down my mining. I'm going to kill your haunted gold mine. Is it a trade that you are willing to take, Mr. LabyRinth? LabyRinth is taking, Fortitude is taking as well, but man, killing this expo will take forever, while killing the Undead expo, of course, is much faster. 950 HP total versus 1500 HP total, and Fortitude is lining up the TP. Fortitude can't do, LabyRinth can't do much about it. And look at this, he's sending his Acolytes to devour them. Those Acolytes are an investment into the mana potions. They are walking mana potions. Eat them. Eat them. Look at this entire human army Nova on everything, ladies and gentlemen. Eat the Acolytes. He's fighting with the Acolytes. That's hilarious, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, if you don't have an expansion, what else you can do with them? Just get them and level 5 Lich. He's getting out of control. Look at LabyRinth. He brought Acolytes with him. He says, guys, maybe you get fired from the gold mine, but I have different plans about you. It was level 5 Lich versus level 3 Archmage, but not for too long. And look at this. Undead is doing quite well. How many Acolytes are left? Eat them. Eat them, get the mana, 230 HP, it means, oh, the beautiful, he's eating them and he's getting ready to land another Nova. Militia needs to go back, and this push is looking quite good. Nice LabyRinth, eat another Acolyte for your trouble. Man, eating those Acolytes, that's actually smart. There is no shop. Mr. Fortitude is tier 2, but man, Mr. Fortitude is in trouble, those Novas, man. They are landing, there is heal scroll force just on Archmage, basically like healing potion, but an expensive healing potion. Another Acolyte has been devoured. Man, this guy, this plan to devour the Acolytes, but he needs more, he needs to pressure. Okay, he is re-expanding. Welcome everybody, my name is SaulApeMan and I'm an ape. I saw this showman, I was like, Mamma Mia, this Fortitude versus LabyRinth, we need to cast this, and those moves with eating the Acolytes, that was beautiful. Okay, there is scroll of the healing for the undead, and this expansion is kinda haunted. Look at this. Fortitude is awaiting some healing. He has tier 2. He can buy healing potions. But let me tell you, Undead needs to deal some damage. I do understand that there is a beautiful counter expansion, but he needs to do more. He needs to eat more. I would send one Acolyte to devour. Eat a ghoul. I don't care, ladies and gentlemen. He needs to start casting Nova left and right. He needs to kill as many units as possible, ladies and gentlemen. Nova in the middle of everything. He connected to everything, man. This Nova range is huge. This Nova range is grande. He's going to eat the skeletons probably, ladies and gentlemen. This Lich is the MVP here. This Lich is dealing tremendous amount of damage. A lot of damage, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. Archmage is trying to heal, but there is Regen Scroll. That's the maximum. Lich can stop this very rapidly. Level 6 is around the corner, and I wonder about one thing. Oh, that was a beautiful Nova as well. That was money, ladies and gentlemen. Level 6? Yes, he's dodging the ultimate. He's like, Saul, every skeleton that I get is a lot of mana. And that's what he's doing, man. He's printing mana here. This undead player is going to be arrested for falsifying the mana. You can't get that much mana for free. That's crazy. Okay, Lich respects the MK. That's for sure. What about second hero for the undead? Yes, there is Death Knight there and good information. There is an operational expansion, and I think Acolytes prefer to actually work here instead of being devoured by the Dark Ritual. I think you get 100% of HP, right? As mana back. So if you like eat a ghoul, you have 2 Novas and the Nova. Speaking of the juicy Nova, of course, you need to be on the Arcane Tower, has a nice range. You need to be careful with that. Fortitude, is he going tier 3? Yes, he's going tier 3, but man, it will be a long time before he gets into the Knights, ladies and gentlemen. Another Nova. Oosh. Oh, it wasn't that good, actually. The density of peasants is not grande. That was actually questionable of a Nova. Tier 3 is going as well for LabyRinth. His lumber is quite reduced, and he's losing more ghouls. The game is more than open, but man, how are you going to stop Lich level 6 that early? Nova on the MK, they got the healing potion. I love healing potions. I think they're so good. And ladies and gentlemen, that's beautiful. Welcome everybody. Oh, the Nova connects, ladies and gentlemen. This is the show match. 80% the Twitch chat says that ritual, that dark ritual on level on level 3 is 80% of HP goes consumed, goes back to Lich as mana. So from one skeleton, 80%. Okay, if 10% is 18, so 18 times 8, okay, some 100. Okay, let's not go there, ladies and gentlemen. What is happening now? Death Knight is back. He wants to keep the ghouls alive, but yes, skeletons are in the menu. And ladies and gentlemen, are we going to pressure the Archmage again? 125 mana, body blocks from the footman. This footman saved his king, the Archmage. He saved him with the body blocks. There was an Archmage hunting season. Mr. LabyRinth wanted to add another hero kill to his like accomplishment, but man, and he has no lumber. He's making second crypt extremely late. His macro is not that great, even though the Lich is on level 6. Is it enough? Is it enough? Okay, all of the footies will die. All of this, the pressure from Undead is crazy. And you remember that level 7 Lich is almost nothing. Level 7 Lich is almost nothing, man. It's only to get some better stats. That's about that. Nova on only one unit. That's not juicy. Nova is the AoE spell. Deny actually missed. We would love to see... okay, MK got surrounded, but for how long? The surround was broken immediately. We have one charge of Wand of Negation. It's not enough to get rid of those water elementals. And ladies and gentlemen, my question is, what's now? Hello to the YouTube chat, hello to the Twitch chat. Lich is pulling back in order to, I don't know, buy a mana potion. He bought Orb. Okay, there's no time to buy mana potions. The gold is limited. Criplord is buying all of the mana potions, but not the Lich. Lich can print mana himself. Oh yes, Death Knight is on level 1. That's not the highest level ever. Dark Ranger as a third hero with Dark Arrow. Okay, he's going to play versus Knights. Sometimes we can see Crypt Lord, you know, as a third hero, or Dreadlord. But yes, Dark Ranger is mostly seen versus like rifles. I don't know. Okay, let's see about that. Or maybe he wants to eat skeletons from Dark Ranger. He wants to fuel the Lich. This guy is going to provide skeletons for the Lich to devour. Okay, Dark Ranger is like healer or mana healer, or this is the undead version of Archmage. This is the undead version of Archmage. LOL. Okay, we have Archmage at home, and this is your Archmage. He's like, oh, take the skeleton and get some mana from it. Okay, that's actually pretty smart. That's actually pretty impressive. And the Arcane Tower being dead, you can't stop the undead from printing mana. Ladies and gentlemen, workers are dying, but it's a late stage of the game, so you don't care that much. And let me tell you, a lot of workers will die. I don't see any gyrocopters. It means that destroyers will have a good time for now. When the gyrocopters arrive, I think undead will teleport out. Ladies and gentlemen, is it enough? Is it enough, ladies and gentlemen? We are fighting strong. Dark Ranger is getting low. Dark Ranger is getting sniped. There was a healing potion. And LabyRinth's wants out. Is it in time? Dark Ranger survives for now. How is the supply? Supply favors the undead, and undead has the bank. But ladies and gentlemen, what we can do against those mass gyrocopters? We'll see about that. I think I never seen in my life ghouls like aggroing the green camp here. That actually happened. Ladies and gentlemen, that's by like getting lumber. For the viewers, they don't know, if you like the creeps are here and you attack the trees, they feel like you attack the creep basically. So it happens to me once when an enraged creep attacks me. It was in Warcraft 3, don't worry, it wasn't in real life. Ladies and gentlemen, is it the Ghoul Frenzy timing? We'll see about that. There is 0 beans. How are you going to stop gyrocopters? I think Undead is going to ignore them. But if you want to ignore them, you know, you need abominations, this full mana Lich. And this full mana Lich is scary, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, what is happening now? What is happening now? The destroyer is like useless. There is so many gyros. Can you eat a destroyer? That's a good question. I would eat a destroyer, man. You need mana from the destroyers. Maybe that would happen. Maybe that's why this Lich has so much mana out of the sudden. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, we have mass ghouls, but is it good enough? Dark Ranger can provide silence now, so landing some hero kills, maybe. But yes, we need something to stop those knights. Is Nova enough? Because we can cast Nova basically all the time. Level 3 Nova, let's go! Let's go, definitely would love to get level 3. The hero kills, the Lich is doing so much, ladies and gentlemen, of damage. MK level 2 has fallen and expansion is next. Supply is even, but Lich is full of mana, and this Lich is not asking any questions. This Lich demands new skeletons, basically, and don't ask me how you get the new skeletons. By killing units, of course. Human is scared. Human has strong water elementals. Again, we can't morph a destroyer, there is no way because of the amount of gyros, but this is genius of LabyRinth. He's like, SaulApeMan said that Happy is a genius. What about my genius? And he's going to unlock level 7. And actually on level 7, I don't mind going for the ultimate, because in this position he can actually kill the expo with the ultimate. And he's going to get ultimate after the next kill, and he will have the mana. He can print the mana whenever he wants. Ladies and gentlemen, what a game! What a game! Everything is low in the human army. Remember that the Lich ultimate kills everything. It's 4% HP per second and doesn't matter the HP. He will kill everything. Get the ultimate and cast it. Cast it! Oh baby, this is the most beautiful ultimate ever. This Lich getting level 7 is actually the game changer. The ghouls are getting killed as well, but man, that was the best Lich game that I have seen. LabyRinth and Happy, man, they are so creative. And that was a different way of being creative, Mr. LabyRinth. That was beautiful. GG.